Did you just say skanky?
Genki.
Oh, Genki. It sounded like skanky.
Red Dreaded Entertainment, what is up? My name is Akasan.
Hey Super Crew, my name is DC San.
And I'm Callie with World of Callie.
She's not skanky at all. It's funny, okay. Alright.
What?
Nothing.
You always saying Genki.
I'm Callie with World of Callie.
Did you just say skanky?
Genki.
Oh, Genki. It sounded like skanky.
Uh-huh.
It's time for Final Justice from Mjolnir. Death Battle. Thor versus Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman wins.
Battle of the gods. The true fight. We already know who DC's son has picked. Callie, what do you think?
That's a hard call.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I will actually wait and do some research first before choosing.
You mean you didn't just choose when you
Picked it.
became worthy?
It's my prop. It's a prop. Where is our lasso
here.
of truth actually? Do you still? Did you take it home? The lasso?
Yes, but I'll bring it back next.
We're doing it now. You don't have it ready.
Yeah.
What are you using it for? Exactly.
I will
All right.
bring it back.
It's a long skit. It's a long video. Let's get into it right now.
Okay. Wow.
At the moment, Wonder Woman is my pick, but let me see what evidence they
The
present.
different pantheons of gods and goddesses.
Yes, baby.
always been
Wow, I
rife
forgot
with
about that
conflict.
movie.
This was
And these heavenly wars can
Immortals,
last
I think.
for
Yeah.
centuries.
Like with Thor, Norse champion of Asgard and son of Odin.
And Wonder Woman, Greek warrior of the Amazons
I know
and
that
daughter
artist.
of
He's
Zeus.
amazing.
He's wears that boomstick.
yeah.
It's our job to
I think we're gonna do the
analyze
full
our
reaction here,
skills,
guys.
Find out who would win a
Oh, this
death
looks
battle.
good too.
It almost looks like Injustice.
They
This
used
is
the
the
model.
realm eternal, root of the world tree and noblest of the 9 dimensions. Asgard.
Like a protector for your butt.
I thought about it too, though.
Since
Yeah.
ancient times, this colorful realm has been inhabited by warriors so powerful, many believe them to be immortal deities.
And they sort of were. But being immortal in Asgard is a funny thing. See, every few thousand years, these fellas go through a little apocalyptic
Ragnarok.
event where everybody dies.
Then they're born anew with only vague memories of their previous lives. This is the cataclysmic event known as Ragnarok.
Which
And
the movie will be
Asgard's
nothing
newest
like,
king,
I'm sure.
The All-Father Odin was determined to break this cycle.
So
Really?
he fathered the best damn warrior the realms had ever seen. The mighty Thor.
Spent most of his life living among his people and defending his realm from its enemies.
And he was good at it.
Yes.
Like, really good.
Yep.
He's their tank and DPS all rolled into one.
This
when it
movie
comes
gets
to
hate,
raiding
but I
the realm.
really like
I
it.
Boy,
enjoyed
does
it.
he look the part. This guy
God
is 6
damn.
feet 6
I
inches
know.
of pure muscle. And possibly lead because he somehow weighs 640 pounds.
Thor was trained by the best in Asgard and has proven his mettle across multiple worlds. He helped found the Avengers and has defeated everything from giants to demons to other gods.
As a real-life god, Thor is super strong, super fast, and super durable. And even on those rare occasions when he does get hurt, he patches up real quick with his healing factor.
And of course, being the god of thunder lets him control lightning and even the earth itself.
Really?
But Thor isn't complete without his iconic arsenal. He wears the Belt of Strength, which doubles his already impressive might. And he swings around the most awesome tiny little hammer you've ever seen.
Mjolnir is an ancient weapon. 65 million years ago, it was forged by dwarves by harnessing a star. Its construction was so intense, it caused the star to explode, and its fiery remains eradicated the dinosaurs.
Fuck! Really?
Metal.
Speaking of metal, Mjolnir
Wow.
is from Uru.
History
An extremely
lesson.
durable iron-like ore that is highly susceptible to enchantment. Mjolnir in particular is enchanted to house a cosmic storm, powerful enough to shake black holes. And yes, the wielders of Mjolnir can access the storm's powers, including levitation and control over weather.
Never wanted anything so bad in my life.
Why
Those
wasn't
the
this
hammer
used
deems
in
worthy
movie?
can actually wield it, or even pick it up for that matter.
Right.
You must be pure of heart and noble of mind, or else it won't even budge.
Well, lucky for Thor, he's worthy of adding Mjolnir's awesome power to his own. And with their powers combined, nothing can stop him.
Thor has easily tagged Quicksilver, who at his best can run around 670 million miles per hour. And Thor can move even faster than that when his hammer is dragging him around.
Yeah, that's the thing. Thor doesn't really fly on his own in the same way people like Superman or Captain Marvel do. Instead, he literally chucks his hammer as hard as he can and hangs on for dear life as he takes him for a ride.
Thor has said Mjolnir is fast enough to reach the edge of the universe in 60 seconds. This means it can travel at least 350 trillion miles per hour, or over 500,000 times the speed of light.
Don't let go, Goldilocks. Hitting pavement at that speed might hurt even you.
He's in a
He'd
bubble.
be fine. He can withstand a dip in the sun, where it can be over 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. And while he was knocked unconscious, he did survive a bomb capable of planet busting, equal to a force of over 53 quadrillion megatons of TNT.
I'm more impressed that he lifted this giant-ass snake. Look at that thing.
The Midgard serpent is massive, capable of wrapping around the entire Earth twice. It stretches nearly 900 miles wide and 50,000 miles long. By comparing it to the largest living snakes, the 550-pound green anaconda, we can estimate the Midgard serpent weighs about 17 trillion tons.
Hold on, Wiz. I know my snakes, and it looks like that Midgard serpent is actually constricting the Earth. By squeezing prey, a snake can apply pressure 16 times its normal weight. So Thor didn't just lift a really heavy snake, he outmatched 272 trillion tons of force.
He defeated Silver
That is
Surfer?
correct, Boomstick.
God damn right it is.
It is important to stress the unbelievable power Thor possesses. So much so that in
I
fights
love
with
this
other godly
story.
beings, whole worlds can shatter.
Yes.
If it
Whether
ever comes
they
to it, he
did a
can even
verse or
enter a
not,
state
this is
of
actually
warrior's madness. While he loses some control doing this, his power increases tenfold.
Why did we put this guy up against Raiden again?
Thor's cocky attitude has put him in all kinds of trouble.
True.
He's even lost Mjolnir's power more than once as a result.
Yeah, the hammer isn't invulnerable, and if Thor's holding on to it, its enchantment can even be tricked. Like that one time the Hulk used his own hammer against him by moving his arm. Why you hitting yourself?
So to teach Thor a lesson in humility, Odin banished him to Earth, transforming him into a handicapped human.
You call that a handicap? That's a limp. I'm over here with a fucking shotgun for a leg, and I'm not even allowed to park in those special parking spaces.
Still, it turns out sending Thor to Earth was all part of Odin's plan to alter the cycle of Ragnarok, as such a thing had never been done before. And it worked! 4,000 years after the previous Ragnarok, Armageddon was stopped for good, and the gods were free. All thanks to Thor. And a giant time-traveling floating sentient eyeball. But mostly Thor.
Can't make this stuff up.
You know what?
I accept your surrender.
This was so good. This movie was so dope. Right now, it really is Thor. Let me see what they got on Diana.
That lost among the waves sits a solitary island called Themyscira, shrouded in secrecy and inhabited solely by women.
Hey Wiz, guess what's my new #1 vacation spot?
Despite their paradise isle far from civilization, the women of Themyscira are more dangerous than you'd think. They are Amazons, immortal warriors created by the Olympian gods. Their mission? To spread the peace and justice of the gods to a barbarian world.
And ship anything to you for free within 2 days.
If you pay an annual fee.
But a bunch of centuries later, they were kinda out of the loop. These chicks had never even heard of shotguns before.
Until the day a military plane crashed near the island. Determined to reconnect with the world and establish peace once again, the Amazons held a tournament to select a representative.
The final test requiring each lady to block a bullet from just a couple yards away. Damn, they don't mess around.
The winner was one of their youngest, a brave woman known simply as Diana.
And that's how she became the Wonder Woman.
Due to her warrior heritage,
That was
Wonder
cool.
Woman was trained from a very young
You're the one
age
that's
in just about every aspect of combat you
Has
can
dated
imagine.
Superman and
What else you
Batman.
got going on?
That's a
She's
skill
master
set
with
there.
Swords,
Apparently.
axes, spears, bows, shields.
Ran for
Yeah,
president.
hell, pretty much anything that isn't a gun.
Her Amazon physiology grants her super strength, super speed, heightened wisdom, and the ability to heal from most wounds almost instantly.
Really?
And she can fly, just like
right.
Superman. How else do you think she'd get around? An invisible jet? That's stupid. How do you even remember where you parked it?
To further improve her deadliness, she carries a rather unique arsenal, among which are her iconic bracelets of submission.
Ah, that sounds like some weird BDSM shit.
Well,
Yeah.
they kind of
It
were,
was,
but
yeah.
the universe has been reset more than enough times to change all that, thank God.
Right. Anyway, those bracelets are her greatest tool for defense.
Forged by the smith god Hephaestus using the remains of Zeus's legendary Aegis shield, the bracelets are impervious to nearly anything, including gunfire, demon lightning, and Kryptonian heat vision, which can be hotter than the sun.
They can summon Zeus's
Nice.
lightning or even the indestructible Aegis they were made from.
Okay.
To avoid collateral damage, the bracelets also suppress some of Diana's strength. Taking them off vastly
Right.
increases her godly power.
Oh, and she can use them to summon weapons like her magic sword.
What?
Also forged
Did
by
not
Hephaestus,
know that.
this sword's
What the
edge
fuck?
is so sharp that it can slice through microscopic atoms.
That explains
This
that.
means a precision strike from Wonder Woman can cut through
Superman.
nearly any
What?
material.
Man, this asbestos god makes some top-notch stuff.
Yeah.
Wonder if he does commissions.
That is not responsible for Diana's final weapon,
That
the
scene is
lasso
actually
of
from
truth.
that story.
This unbreakable whip has the power to make anybody it touches tell the truth.
Why would they
Bad
fight
news for any cheating boyfriends she might have.
Long story.
What other depraved thoughts must you be thinking?
I remember that.
God, your daughter's got a nice rack.
Ha!
Shall I kill him now, my queen?
Of course, she doesn't need weapons to prove her awesome combat skills.
According to Batman, Diana is the greatest melee fighter in the world,
No
which
shit.
is no small
Yeah.
feat in a universe with people like
Right.
Karate Kid, Deathstroke, and Batman himself.
Yeah.
See the Karate Kid? Man, Daniel Son's really moved up in the world.
The point is, Wonder Woman is a master martial artist who's trained all her life. And while she has no official birth date, we do know she was born during the age of the Roman Empire, specifically when they employed centurions. Including the additional time she spent fighting in Valhalla before going back in time, this means Wonder Woman must be about 3,000 years old.
All things considered, she looks pretty damn good for her age. And that's more than enough time to become a master ass kicker. It also helps that she's pretty darn quick. She's kept pace with Superman and defeated the speedster Professor Zoom.
No shit.
While blind.
At one point,
Wow.
Woman was battling an ancient god who had fragmented himself into trillions of pieces, each spread to different corners of the universe. And while he summoned his pieces back at faster than light speed, Wonder Woman was able to stand in his way and block all of them.
That's insane.
badass.
I mean, she's moving so fast, there's like a bunch of her.
Moving thousands of times the speed of light can do that. In fact, she's moving so fast she's probably breaking all manners of quantum physics.
She's also ridiculously strong. She punched Doomsday into literal dust and
Really?
pull the Earth around.
The force needed
Wow.
to move an object out of the sun's orbit equals around 1,000th of the object's
Damn.
mass, including the Earth itself. Assuming Wonder Woman was pulling her fair share, this means she can lift 2.2 quintillion tons.
And Grandpappy Boomstick always told me women were the weaker sex. I don't see him lifting a third of the Earth.
She's also incredibly tough. Nuclear explosions hardly even faze her.
Oh yeah, she punched a warhead and tanked it point blank. And then one day, Superman, who can see atoms, decided to split one to test her magic sword. Surprise, surprise, it literally blew up in their faces.
Oh,
Wacky
fuck.
antics.
Even more impressive was
Wow.
her fight with Zoom, in which she took several light speed punches which, according to her fellow Justice League member The Flash, hit like a white dwarf star. That would equal 2 billion megatons of force.
Unfortunately, Wendy's not invincible. She's got her own kryptonite, and it's a lot more common than radioactive alien rocks.
Her durability holds up well against almost everything, except for piercing weapons.
Which just seems like an unacceptable weakness when you're that strong.
Right.
Knives, swords, spears, any kind of blade will do the trick. But especially bullets, which is probably why she's gotten so good at blocking them with
Right.
those bracelets.
Unfortunately for swordsmen and sharpshooters, Diana doesn't go down easily.
In fact, a good stabbing is more than likely just gonna piss her off. And that's when you learn just how dangerous Wonder Woman can really be.
That was great.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is difficult.
All right, the combatants are set.
Ah!
This debate once
That
and
was
for
the new
all.
52 crossover.
Okay.
First
She's
on
got
the
the
suck
silver
of
one.
godly people.
That's
Makes
after
me
the
want
free
some
birth.
godly
That's a
food.
nice one.
Oh, this is
All right.
This is good.
I usually don't go through it because I usually just I'm by myself and I make my decision right away. But what do you guys think?
Ladies first.
Yeah, this is hard.
Yeah, it's actually more
It's
difficult than I
hard.
thought. Yeah.
And I know this is gonna come to me like tomorrow as I'm taking a shower. Oh, it's blah 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 blah.
What?
Like I'm going to like realize what I want to say like a day later.
Right.
Yeah. Because usually like I'll think about certain things.
I just want you to know. I want to know who do you think's gonna win.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
Based
we kind of want to
on the moment. Yeah, we kind of want to know now.
Yeah. Why don't you go first? I'm still thinking.
Well, generally speaking, with because I have like a 90%. I'm usually 90% right on
the guesses.
the guessing on who wins because I kind of know the way Screw Attacks writes their scripts, and they usually fancy power over abilities usually, and whoever can take
The most damage.
the
as
most
opposed to
damage,
tactics.
but then give it back at the same time, and whoever has the most experience. So, that being said, I think the way this one would be written is the fact that Thor, while he can be more powerful, because I think they're going with full god Thor, not demigod Thor, because I think both of them are somewhat considered demigods sometimes, but then sometimes they're written as just full-fledged gods, which I think that's what Thor is. Where Diana can go back and forth between demigod, but I think
She's
ended
also
up
been the goddess of war.
right. She's been the goddess of war. In all likelihood, what I think, as much as I want Thor to win, I think what's going to happen is like Screw Attack mentioned something about the fact that Thor tends to not go into a fight well prepared, and people have used
That against
that against him. I think Thor would see Diana off the bat as just another warrior, yet maybe because she's a woman, wouldn't be ready, prepared. You know, he's fought with Lady Sif and other warriors in Asgard, but they are much bigger. They have the aggressiveness that Thor would be like, oh shit, okay, let's go. And I think Thor would also hold back as well. So I think Wonder Woman would actually have the upper hand here in the fact that she is actually a little more well-versed in weapons as well. She knows how to actually deliver the killing blow. Whereas Thor, in most comics, he just
goes for
he delivers a beatdown. Doesn't there's certain Thor comics I read where he's actually killing people and he's got like a giant axe, but that was before he had Mjolnir. So I'm gonna have to go with Wonder Woman only because I believe that my Wonder Woman, the one that I'm familiar with, knows how to deliver the killing blow, and this is the death battle.
Well, somewhat reiterating what you said, looking at outside of the power and things of that nature, looking at experience, and considering that Wonder Woman is older as a character as opposed to development, then I would say she has more time to learn the ins and outs of fighting and things of that nature, whether it be melee, long distance, whatever. Given, yes, she does have a weakness to piercing weapons, but something that they also mention is that she heals almost instantaneously.
Right.
Instantaneously. Thor also can somewhat match that from injury. He heals fairly quickly. Maybe not as quickly as her, but at the same time, he has an arsenal of different things that also assist him if things go horribly wrong against him. He can actually recover quite fast and still be able to do what he needs to while healing. Because some characters, like, they have to stop completely, heal, and then get back into it. He doesn't have to do that. That's something I kind of like about that character. But anyways, going with you on the fact that hopefully they're dealing with full gods as opposed to demigods. The reason I would pick Wonder Woman in this, because of her tactics as opposed to
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
Where, like they mentioned, Thor kind of just rushes into the fight,
Right.
and then when he feels like, oh, actually, I need to, approach this differently, and then regroup and think about it, he may not have that chance
Right.
in the fight with Wonder Woman,
Right.
where he may have that with, say, Iron Man.
Right. And of course
And I mentioned Iron Man mainly because in the Marvel Universe, he's one of the smartest people on the planet. So going up against someone like that, Iron Man may not have the power that Thor does, but he has tactics and just smarts.
Is
so
he like the Batman then?
he's supposed to be, but then you also look at Black Panther. Black Panther is pretty much, when it comes to fighting and skill sets, Black Panther is probably closer to being more like Batman than Iron Man on any day.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I just
His
know
bank
Black
account trumps Iron Man by a lot.
I only know Black Panther from the Marvel Ultimate Alliance video game.
Oh.
And I like playing him. He's
Wow.
pretty strong.
So who would you pick?
Well,
Thor, of course.
gosh. Well, to be very honest, like, I feel like I know Thor more than I know Wonder Woman.
Okay.
That's okay.
That's good.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think I've only liked Thor, like, before the movies came out, wasn't
Not
really
so
a
much.
big fan of him. I did like him in the Ultimates, but they kind of changed him and nerfed him a little bit. And then they've done the same thing in the movies. They nerfed him a lot. So I didn't actually know a lot. During the Jack Kirby age, Thor was doing some crazy shit back then.
Yeah.
So, but as you were saying,
So Thor?
I'm going to
Thor?
go with Thor.
Thor?
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
good. We need that. Yeah, we need that split.
we need to have a split somewhere.
All right, here we go.
But,
Over the past 5 years,
Jeff
Blue
Bell,
Apron
come
has created
by.
over 1,000 recipes. This October, Blue Apron is celebrating its 5th anniversary by bringing back its top 20 recipes from the past 5 years. All chosen by you, the Blue Apron community. Keeping things fresh, Blue Apron normally doesn't repeat recipes within 1 calendar year, which makes this limited time offer something special.
Sells them.
Blue Apron costs less than $10 a meal per person, which is a good deal. You can even customize your recipes for each weekly delivery. It's all about giving you fresh recipes to explore as you learn how to cook each new dish. Every meal comes with an easy-to-follow recipe anybody can follow to whip up your new favorite meal. They've even got Boomstick hooked. He's off cooking his meal to eat during the fight right now. Check out this week's menu and get $30 off your first meal with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/battle. You'll love how good it feels.
Yeah,
and
I really
tastes.
wish they had it for
Incredible
Japan.
home-cooked meals with Blue Apron.
I
So
really
don't wait.
need it.
Your favorite Blue Apron recipes are back on the menu. That's blueapron.com/battle. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
But right now, it's time for a
All right.
battle!
Let's go Thor, but I'm going with Wonder Woman, but I hope Thor will bring it. Nice Injustice character design. And it looks
just hoping
clean.
it's a good.
Oh, so sexy. What up, man?
I
Nice.
love how she had like the buckle.
I mean,
That's pretty cool.
this is my Diana. Oh, that's cool. They used the Marvel one. Ha!
As opposed to the movie one.
It was just
You,
the fighting.
no man can enter Themyscira unannounced.
Stand down, Wayward Maiden. This sort of thing never
Wayward
turns
Maiden.
out well for women like yourself.
Why would anyone ask her? Why would he be there anyway?
I don't think you've ever known a woman like me.
Oh. Nice!
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. It's an unbreakable shield. That's cool.
Nice. Wow. Okay, Thor holding up. Okay.
Stop holding back, Diana.
Oh shit.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
What that door?
Yeah. Ah! Wonder Woman's like, what? That's awesome though.
They programmed all of this?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice.
That is so sexy.
Have they ever killed with like an even draw?
No. Ha! Come on.
Such reckless abandon.
Yeah.
Or this guy
They'll
is
come behind you.
Oh, that should knock
I
her
saw that
out.
coming.
Wow.
Feel Heaven's wrath?
Yep.
Is that what he said?
Love it. She on the moon. Are they gonna break the moon? Oh shit. They broke the moon. Wow. Wow.
There goes
And
our.
she's gonna come walking out. Oh, wow.
Never shall the call of thunder
They are going full speed at this shit. I love it.
You will to me!
Fuck.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you dead!
Then Moiner will probably
Excuse me?
leave.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Is he hitting her or her bracelets?
Yeah! Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Oh, she smacked.
Oh.
You're not worthy.
Oh my gosh! Yeah!
Whoa.
Oh, Wendy! Looks like somebody's been watching too much Game of Thrones.
Oh my
Thor
God.
and Wonder Woman matched each other in some surprising ways. Their weapons were enchanted, their years of experience were similar, and their super modes did almost the same sort of thing.
Right.
But Lady Wonder had a couple big things going for her, like her speed.
Yeah.
Sure, Thor's fast enough to tag Quicksilver, and his travel speed with Mjolnir is just stupid fast. But Wonder Woman's shown that she's even more stupid fast in combat over and over again.
Yes.
Such as when she blocked trillions of God shards flying at her from the edges of the universe, most likely faster than any speed Mjolnir was capable of. She was even able to catch Zoom in her lasso, despite how he wasn't just running ahead of her in physical space, but he was also ahead of her in time. Wrap your noggin around that one.
Thor's durability was greater than Wonder Woman's, but the difference
Right.
in strength was a different story.
Right.
In fact, when comparing their Earth and Snake feats, she was 8,000 times stronger than him. But the final nail in Thor's coffin was their choice of weaponry.
Yes.
Mjolnir may have been tough for Diana to defend against, but it couldn't
doesn't kill.
exploit her weakness to piercing weapons. Meanwhile, Diana's magic sword could slice at a microscopic level, something Thor couldn't possibly be prepared to defend against.
You can have skin so tough that you can take a bath in the sun no problem, but it won't do a damn thing to a blade that can literally sever your atoms.
Ultimately, while many of their talents were evenly matched, Diana's speed, strength, and weaponry proved too much for Thor Odinson.
Yeah.
Yep, he was done, Thor.
The winner is Wonder Woman.
They had to end it on her though.
The only reason I'm doing this because I love that last scene with Gal Gadot. She's amazing, but that was rough.
Grab one of these shirts.
Wow.
Woo!
Like, I actually felt bad for Thor.
Whoa. Nice.
Oh, Ichigo. And Naruto. Okay. Dude.
You should be watching these. And,
Ichigo versus Naruto.
wow, that's coming up soon too.
Naruto
Wow.
wins. No?
Yeah, because he did become like Hokage and he did all those, he went through all those crazy things.
Yeah.
Then Ichigo did too.
Alright, let's talk about that. I don't watch either of those shows, so I wouldn't know. Let's talk about that fight here. God damn.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
For me, because I feel like I'm lost for words right now, it wouldn't matter what side you pick. It was a good fight.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed it because out of a lot of the versus battles, it always seems to be a bit one-sided.
Yeah.
Watching this one felt like it was one of the more balanced fights that I've seen in a long time. So I enjoyed it just on the fight itself.
And I love that ending too.
And that ending was rough.
Because
was he?
Right.
I couldn't tell if he was hitting her in the head or hitting her in the bracelets, and then she took the bracelets off.
Right.
Because the only time I actually realized that was when Thor was basically tasting the edge of her sword,
Right. And she was
they
God mode,
pan down
Yeah.
and show her bracelet. Oh, because that really threw me off. It's like,
Really?
I wasn't expecting a sword to his mouth. No.
Okay.
You
no,
were?
I mean, no. I mean, the thing where the moment I saw her eyes, I'm like, oh, she lost the bracelets. So I was like, okay. So I assumed that Mjolnir actually broke the bracelets or ended up detaching them, and she decided to just go full-fledged like that. So That was goddamn.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
But I really thought the first second I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be wrong because he was beating the shit out of her, and I started seeing a skeleton frame when he was hitting her and the lights were flashing. I'm like, this is it. Usually at the end, that's it. That's done, and she pulled out of it really. So, Callie.
Yeah, Callie.
I don't care.
Well, Wonder Woman is very, very awesome, and yeah.
You win this time.
Wait, what?
No, she doesn't.
Oh no, you lose.
I lost.
So you need to take
Okay.
more shots. Yeah.
Eh.
Mjolnir shots.
No, I was.
You need to suck from the staff of the Mjolnir.
I was actually thinking, like, wouldn't I don't know, because I was thinking maybe.
Mjolnir or what?
No, I was thinking maybe if Wonder Woman snatched Mjolnir, could she have held Mjolnir and used it against Thor?
In all, no.
Yes, because
I would say
they've
no.
actually done it in the comics. She's actually held Mjolnir.
It depends on which Wonder Woman though, because the whole thing is like, especially
she wasn't full god in that version. She didn't go like she did
right
here.
So that's
Nothing
the thing.
that, and she
because
picked up
if
Mjolnir.
anything, if I recall, since she has that Ares and she's been the god of war at times, she wouldn't be able to pick up that hammer. As far because isn't it for those who are worthy? But then,
but that happens.
But it's
but that
loosely.
happens later.
Yeah, but that's you see this version. That's who she is. She's part of. She's got that Ares-ish situation, but also at the same time, it's loosely written. Those that are worthy or whomever should be worthy. The definition of worthy kind of goes back and forth.
Well,
right
it's
now.
also like they mentioned pure of heart as well.
Did they say pure of heart as
Yeah.
well? Oh, okay. See, that wouldn't be Diana because I don't. I've never. As far as I see it, I've never considered Diana to be that pure of heart. She has the right intentions, but there's a vindictiveness about her in most of her actions. She's always had this kind of
Bravado.
not even that, but just this situation against men. And most versions of her, she's had this situation of like, okay, I don't trust men and things like that. And she hasn't really had that compassion. She's in the newer versions. She
Really?
is cool with men, but at the same time, she's always just like, well, man's world is da 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 da. Men do da 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 da. Men are always like this, and like I wouldn't say that's pure, but I think compassion is also an important part of having a pure heart.
But she's actually one of the most compassionate characters in the DC universe.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm
Like writing wise, character wise, that's actually how they have her written as being one of the most. Even if they break it down and Batman's talking about specific characters and their traits,
yeah.
he actually has her as one of the most compassionate.
I think she
characters in the
shows
universe.
compassion, but not in the sense of being like really like
Pure of heart.
she wouldn't be Blue Lantern compassion. That's what I'm saying. I think you're trying to see if she's ever been a Blue Lantern, but that's what the point I'm saying is like that she walks like a more peaceful path, whereas no, she's actually like more. She's very strong-willed, I suppose, and occasionally will see the worst in men because of her background.
That and because realistically, most wars were started by.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all.
Oh, well.
That's another story for a different day.
But we are full of peace today.
On that note,
If you want to take that up with Callie on her own channel, check out the World of Callie. DC Sun as well. Very good fight. That was one of the better ones. Choreographed really well. Good timing. Everything really. They didn't stop to talk a lot.
yeah.
Which sometimes that
Because I
happens.
actually dislike that in fights where you stop and they're talking, so I'm like, hold on a second. Are you stopping to talk because you need to rethink and get your battle plan together because what you had said wasn't right? Or is that just the way filling pages?
Though what I will say,
in
small nitpick is, like, I like the fact that they were going so fast, but I would also say realistically, or a little more, both of them should have shown a little more fatigue halfway through that battle. Just stop a little bit. They were just like really going through like the whole fight without like taking a breath or anything.
Well,
Death
partially
battle,
death battle, and because that comes from experience. So with them fighting,
No, I'm just saying, well, we've
demons
seen
and
it
gods
with-
and stuff like that. they can take a little.
Well, with
a little
their
bit
best
more,
one, they've shown which was Superman versus Goku. Both of them got tired occasional spots, and they were just like, okay, let's.
Okay.
Did Superman win that one? I didn't watch that.
You should. No, if you haven't seen it, then we need to watch it because that's the one that can be debated for all time. It was such a big problem that I've heard rumor that that's the reason why Battle of the Gods were created later, the story, and that's why Toriyama created Super Saiyan God mode as something to show how much stronger Goku is now, and so they even had to do a sequel because people were so mad at that one. So.
Wow!
But it was one of the dopest fights ever. Anyways, long video. My apologies about that. We're out of here. Peace.
Keep sick.